This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore. On Sunday, Sarah Huckabee Sanders was on Fox News Sunday with Chris Wallace, and he asked about Congress's demand, in accordance with the law of the Treasury Department, to turn over 6 years of Donald Trump's tax returns. He asked a very simple yes or no question, which Sarah refused to answer and bobbed and weaved like a good little liar. She bobbed and weaved into answering a question that wasn't even asked and then turned it into an opportunity to insult the intelligences of members of Congress.
House Democrats have now given the IRS 9 more days to turn over 6 years of Trump tax returns. Here's what the president said about that this week.
While I'm under audit, I would not give my taxes. There's no law whatsoever.
Will the president demand that the IRS not turn over his tax returns, or will he live? This is, I think, pretty close to yes or no. Or will he live with whatever the IRS decides?
The president's been clear from the beginning, as long as his taxes are under audit, he's not going to release them. He's also filled out hundreds of pages in financial disclosure.
I know, but will he tell the IRS not to?
But hold on, Chris, this isn't...
Will he tell the IRS
really
not to release them, though?
We'll have to see what happens on that front. But the president's been clear. This issue's even been litigated. We went through it in 2016. But one of the biggest things that I think people aren't seeing is the fact that the only reason that the Oversight Committee has the ability to request someone's taxes, or for the purpose of determining policy, this has nothing to do with whether or not they're going to determine policy. This is all about political partisanship. This is a dangerous, dangerous road. And frankly, Chris, I don't think Congress, particularly not this group of congressmen and women, are smart enough to look through the thousands of pages that I would assume that President Trump's taxes will be.
I don't think Congress, particularly this group of congressmen and women, are smart enough to look through the thousands of pages that I would assume President Trump's taxes will be. That's rich coming from Sarah Huckabee Sanders, the daughter of this cheese-filled clown shoe, both of whom went to Ouachita Baptist University, which is a Christian college from which you can't even graduate unless you've gone to church the requisite number of times. You know how all the best colleges and universities across the world require that you go to church a bunch before they give you a diploma. Sounds like a regular Harvard. Look, and even overlooking the hypocrisy of a dummy like Sarah Huckabee Sanders calling someone not smart enough is the fact that this particular incoming freshman class of representatives is an astoundingly educated one. According to the Brookings Institute, quote, the incoming freshman class is notable not just because of their demographics, but also because of the types of experience and expertise they're bringing to Congress. The quote-unquote blue wave is bringing record levels of educational attainment to the 116th Congress, unquote. Look at these data, which show a marked spike in the education levels of new reps versus the average. And their added brain power makes this current Congress a historically well-educated one. The 116th Congress is the most educated Congress in the history of America, with 72% of the House having earned a graduate degree, which is a stark difference from Donald Trump, who has gone to great lengths to keep his academic records hidden, and in some cases, literally threatening universities if his grades were to be made public. Sounds like a very stable genius we can all be proud of, right? So save it, Huckabee. You and your dumbass for a boss not being able to understand his taxes isn't a reason to try to win the projection Olympics and claim that others cannot understand them. And actually, if you really believe that they're all too dumb to wrap their little Democrat brains around his rocket science tax returns, what is possibly the harm, right? I mean, according to Huckabee Trump logic, they won't be able to make heads or tails out them numbers. So where's the harm? The truth is, it seems almost impossible that there isn't something damning hiding in Donald Trump's returns. Whether it be a revelation that he's not a billionaire, or all the shady money connections he has, or all that he owes Russian oligarchs, and by extension, Vladimir Putin, thus explaining why he has never had a cross word for the murdering thuggish dictator. If they even had a kernel of integrity, the decent answer would be Donald Trump doesn't want to share his tax returns because they are private and there isn't, as of yet, any statutory requirement to make them public. While not satisfying, at least that would be unsuspecting and uncannily honest from this team of sickening liars.